How screwed are we? How screwed are we? Google. They are working to ensure a Democrat victory in 2020. Google. That is basically your access point to all of the information on the internet. And now we've got their people admitting that they are working to ensure a Democrat victory in 2020. Isn't that just great? This is an Orwellian nightmare. But I know. They're a private company, right? They should be allowed to do whatever the hell they want. If Google wants to oust Trump, if Google wants a Democrat in office, well, then we just have to sit back and take it. It's called the legendary free market, and we all love it.
We all got screwed over in 2016. Again, it wasn't just us, it was like people got screwed over, the news media got screwed over, like everybody got screwed over, so now we're rapidly being like, what happened there? How do we prevent it from happening again?
All right, so the good folks over at Project Veritas, they did another expose revealing what we already know. We know it, all right? But Google is a bunch of commie hacks trying to prevent Donald Trump from being president. The woman you heard in that video that we just played you is Jen Ganai, I think is how you pronounce Ganai. Rhymes with hentai. She's the head of responsible innovation at Google. You know what? Anytime you hear the word responsible in a job title, be worried. She's the head of responsible innovation. So she's not someone that's cleaning the toilets. She's actually important and pretty high up. And they've got her on tape saying, we're screwed. We were screwed in 2016 because our brave hero Hillary Clinton didn't win. And so we are working here at Google to make sure this does not happen again. And then in addition to that, they got an insider to give us some insight as to how the company is far from objective.
They're not an objective source of information. They are a highly biased political machine that is bent on never letting somebody like Donald Trump come to power again.
You know, they have to put that really scary voice on him. Otherwise, Google will completely hang him for the information that he gave out. All right. But I mean, this information is not that shocking. Yeah, I mean, it's a long time Google employee, so they have to keep his identity covered. But Google, basically, they know that they have the power to do what they're doing because the little smaller companies, they simply don't have enough power.
Now all these smaller companies who don't have the same resources that we do will be charged with preventing the next Trump situation. It's like a small company cannot do that.
So a small company cannot do that. They admit it. We need a large behemoth like Google to control people's minds. Google, isn't your job to give us information, right? Not to prevent a political outcome that you don't like from happening? You want to know why the whole Trump situation, as you call it, happened? It's because the American populace voted for him. And it is not your job to come in and reverse that situation. But they have an editorial agenda at Google. Just admit it outright. We don't need to hear from a secret informant to tell us that. But you should put that on your logo, basically, and let everyone know you have a political agenda. So the insider here at Google, he's revealed that they have something called a machine learning fairness process. And documents leaked by a Google informant show that even if it's factually accurate, right? Even if it is factually accurate, their algorithm works against it. Quote, for instance, imagine that a Google image query for CEOs shows predominantly men. Oh, gosh forbid. Even if it were a factually accurate representation of the world, it would be an algorithmic unfairness. Oh no, not an algorithmic unfairness, because it would reinforce a stereotype about the role of women in leadership positions. Well, we wouldn't want the truth to get in the way of social justice, would we?